Tiles, sponsors.
Hello, good evening. First tonight, exclusive pictures of the rescue operation after a plane dramatically ditched into the sea off the Suffolk coast. Gary Collins from Norfolk and Mark Andrew from Northampton were returning from Germany when their plane went down 3 miles off Orford Ness. Speaking only to Anglia News, the two men described their extraordinary escape. Here's Natalie Gray.
Just a wheel has been recovered from the wreckage. The rest of the plane lies under the sea. By rights, no one should have survived this crash, but the pilot and his passenger did, and this is their own incredible footage, taken from a mobile phone as they waited to be rescued on a life raft.
We survived, we jumped out onto the wing, we jumped into the raft, and the initial thought was, wow, that could have been a lot worse. As we saw the plane sinking, it was quite a mixture of emotions.
We're here today, bruised, worse off for wear, and minus an aeroplane. But very, very lucky. I feel lucky.
The men were returning from a trip in Germany to an airfield in Norfolk when the pilot smelt burning. He felt their only chance was to carry out a controlled ditching into the sea. So how did he do it? Well, he would have drawn on the procedures for all trained pilots. He would have slowed as much as possible without stalling. He would have reduced his rate of descent. Then just seconds before ditching, Gary would have lifted the nose to avoid flipping over while keeping the wings level. He would have been helped by the calm sea, as a rough sea could have produced a very different outcome. At home in Norfolk, he spoke about his relief.
We climbed out on the wing, deployed the life raft, grabbed our few bags, jumped into the life raft. Yeah, when you think about the statistics, you think there's a chance that this is going to end up badly. If perhaps not dead, perhaps badly injured. But fortunately, we both walked away.
It's a tale Gary and Mark will no doubt dine out on for years. And people have to believe their story because, of course, they've got the pictures to prove it.
Natalie Gray reporting there. The jury are due to retire tomorrow to consider their verdict in the trial of the former headmaster accused of severely beating and sexually abusing boys 30 years ago. 61-year-old Derek Slade was in charge of St George's School, first in Norfolk and then in Suffolk. Slade admits some charges of assault but denies other charges. The Chief Constable of Cambridgeshire has warned that the government spending cuts could lead to an anorexic police service. Julie Spence is standing down after 6 years in charge. She says cuts of up to 40% could mean the number of bobbies on the beat would drop from 1,400 to just 300. A meeting is taking place in the North Norfolk town of Sheringham tonight to decide whether a local referendum should be held on plans to build a new supermarket. Proposals for a new Tesco store in the coastal resort have polarised opinion there, with vociferous campaigns for and against. The original application was turned down by planners, but a new one could now be put to a parish poll. A new children's ward has opened on the specialist burns unit at Broomfield Hospital near Chelmsford. And today it was given some celebrity patronage. A warning, Emma Baker's report contains some flash photography.
Terry Cavelsbird is well known at Broomfield Hospital. She's been coming here ever since she was a toddler, when she received 90% burns in a house fire. But today she's not just a patient, she's a guest of honour, joining footballer Jamie Redknapp to open a new specialist burns ward solely dedicated to children.
After 3, 1, 2, 3.
We've all burnt ourselves a little bit. The pain you go through, when you burn your hand. But a lot of these kids have literally burnt half their body, So, and what they go through and how brave they are. So, it's 10 minutes, to come out here and say hello to a few people. That that helps, and great. But you see some of the parents and the kids, and just keeping a brave face. It's just, it's admirable, really. We complain if your knees are a bit sore, or your back. I mean, what they're going through is completely different.
Arsenal supporter Ravinder Singh is one patient who's already benefited from the new facilities. The 10-year-old has just had a skin graft after burning his foot in a moped accident.
The nurses down here are very kind and they're very good. And sometimes you might get bored sometimes, but most of the time you have something to do. And there's a playroom where there's loads of cool stuff.
This unit cost £1.7 million. It can care for up to 8 children at any one time. But what's so special about the unit is on top of the specialist burns facilities, it also has a dedicated team of nurses who can tailor the care specifically to the children's needs.
It isn't just about looking after the actual burn wound injury, it's about the psychological support, it's about range of movements, so physios, occupational therapists. It's around play and distraction and maintaining normal routines, particularly for children.
For the children already using the ward, the official opening provided a welcome diversion. And it only took a brief chat with Jamie before Ravinder was converted. He's now a dedicated Spurs fan. Emma Baker, Anglia News, Chelmsford.
In cricket, Essex beat Middlesex tonight to keep alive their hopes of reaching the Clydesdale Bank Pro 40 semi-finals. Middlesex scored 189 for 7 in their 40 overs. In reply, the Eagles knocked off the runs with ease. Grant Flower top-scored with 81 not out, hitting the winning runs in his final home game before he retires at the end of the season. Now, a species of bird once almost extinct in Britain is making a successful recovery. The bitten's stronghold remains along the Suffolk coast, but numbers are also increasing in the Norfolk Broads. The males establish their territories by making a loud booming sound, which can be heard from miles away. Let's get the weather, shall we? Here's Amanda Houston.